Hi everybody, welcome back to another crafting class with me, Avivah, your art director from the Asner Family Center. Today we are going to be making something so fun. I feel like I say that every single time, but I really enjoy making these. Today I'm going to be showing you how to paint bubbles. And bubbles have always been so tricky for me because it's always just, whenever I've drawn them in a cartoon, it's always just a circle with like a little shine in the corner. But today, when it comes to color and actually really bringing your bubbles to life and your painting to life, it gets a little tricky, but I'm going to show you some easy steps on how to incorporate bubbles into your painting or your drawings in a few simple steps, and with a very few amount of materials as well. So, I have a lovely canvas already painted with a nice background color. I chose black today. Really helps our bubbles pop against this nice dark color. Canvas, water. I have some acrylic paint, paper towels, of course, paint brushes, and for making our actual circles of our bubbles today, I'm going to be using a cup and a lid of a mason jar. So anything circle, you can make a giant bubble, use a bucket, you can use, I don't know why it's circular things just left my brain, but anything along these lines, anything that's helpful to help make those stamps that we're trying to make, a bubble stamp. Okay, so get your materials, roll up those sleeves, let's get started. Alrighty, so we are gonna start off by making sure that we've got a nice clean space on our canvas. You can tell I've got a nice dark starting base, like I said. Even a nice dark purple would be nice too, but there's something kind of magical about black and different colors on the top. Really makes it pop. So what we're going to be doing for our first step is taking our cup, and we are going to be just kind of taking a paintbrush and grabbing some white, and you're going to just be adding paint to the lip of the cup. So right where you take a sip, you're going to be adding a slight thick layer of paint. So I'm going to be adding white to the edges here, and in some spots, if you'd like, you can even add a little dash of color to the lip. So I'm going to be taking some purple and just really going for it, really getting a nice cover of the lip. So I'm going to do that real quick. So now that I've got a good cover going on the top of my cup, I'm just going to put this to the side here just in case. What we're going to be doing is making our little prints. So I'm going to take my painted lip cup. I'm just going to go boop and press it onto my canvas. And end up with a lovely circle, okay? And we're going to do this a few more times all around our canvas. And I also have our lid here for just a different size of bubble. You want to get a few different sizes of circles onto your canvas. I've got a good amount of bubble circles on my paper. We got a nice outline here. And, ooh, I got orange all over me. All right, so you want to make sure you have a paper towel on deck because it's really helpful to kind of dab your paintbrush on a paper towel after you wet it to change to the next color. So let's get that right there. Ready to go. All right, and so what we're going to be doing is taking a medium-sized paintbrush. We are going to start adding little flicks of color into the surrounding edges of our circle, on the inside of our circle, because bubbles really, they're kind of like a beautiful reflection of all the colors around us. So we want to make sure that we're adding colors to the inside of our little bubble here. So I have a few different colors here. I got pink and green, but I'm only going to be making sure that it's like a wash. We don't want it to be super, super pigmented. So I'm just adding a few colors to the edges, just making some nice curved lines. And I like to do just one color at a time for each one of them. So I'm just making little curves here. Kind of like little parentheses almost. And the parts that you added a little bit of pink to the edges, you want to add a little bit more pink to the inside as well. Just really go for it. This part is really just like the fun up to you part, because you know you can add more pink in certain bubbles, more colors in other spots as well. Totally up to you. You can maybe even add like barely any pink and stuff. So you want to do this with all the colors that you have. I have about 5 colors, but you can do as many as you'd like or as little as you like. But I'm going to just, with my other colors, I'm just going to be kind of layering them on top of each other, bringing them close to the edge, maybe not so close to the edge, and just kind of going for it. Just have fun. So I've added a good amount of colors already to my bubbles, and you can see I've got a few little mistakes, but that's okay. We'll clean that up at the end because we really want to make sure it's just a nice, clean, dark background. So I'm just finishing up with a little bit of purple. And now is where the magic happens. We're going to add white now to our bubble, and that gives us a little bit of shine and also shows a little bit of roundness to our bubbles here. So I'm going to take a little bit of blue and mostly white here. We really want a super, super light blue. And we're just going to be taking a little bit of that, and you're going to be adding little dashes of it again, but a little bit closer to the middle this time. So a little dash, you can add one next to it. Just like that. We're going to do that to all of them. All right, and you can tell that if it's a little bit too harsh of a white for you, you can take your finger and just kind of blend it out. And so now that we're almost done here, we're going to be taking our white and just adding a few little dots next to our shines. And then, last but not least, we're going to be adding my favorite part, which is the little twinkles, the little shine. I mean, we've already made our shine. These little twinkles that we're going to be making really just add a layer of magic to our bubbles. So I'm going to be taking my tiny paintbrush now, nice and skinny, a little liner brush, getting it a little wet. And I'm going to be taking the white and finding areas that have the most amount of white. So like you see here, there's like a lot of white in that corner. I'm just going to be adding a line going down to going across, like a little X, and maybe one going across the middle here. And you just want to clean that up a little bit, and this gives it a little bit of a twinkle. Kind of like a little soap bubble, a little twinkle. So cute. So I added my twinkles. You can add more if you'd like. You can really just go to town with the twinkles if you really want to make it magical. I like to add just maybe like 1 or 2 to each bubble though, not to overwhelm it. But now, all you got to do is just clean up these little white spots in the background, and there is your little bubble painting. And I think they look so cute and so magical. I almost want to put like a little guy like floating around stuck in one of these bubbles. Super cute. But that's actually going to be it today. We've got our beautiful bubble painting here. Could kind of go any way you'd like. But yeah, that's going to be it. I had this is really fun to paint. Even if you're like not super into painting or just art in general, this is like a great relaxing experience. There's not a lot of brain power needed to just make some cool rainbow circles. So try it out. You don't even have to have a canvas. Get a piece of paper and just go to town. You can even do it with colored pencils if you don't have acrylic paint. But that's going to be about it. I'll see you guys next week for another crafting at home. And yeah, send me your art at Avivah at asnerfamilycenter.org because I miss seeing it. I miss seeing you guys. All right? I'll see you next time. Okay, bye guys.